fall 2015 anime season had a lot of titles I was interested in before the season began. We had the hyped up superhero satire, One Punch Man, the beautifully animated and interesting series, Concrete Revolutio, and even a series that I didn't expect to love nearly as much as I did right from the get-go, Uteware Rumano, The False Faces. I know I butchered that name, please don't kill me. However, there was one show that I was extremely excited about thanks to its premise. Comet Lucifer, before release, had a premise that is very similar to two of my favorite series, Eureka 7 and Zoid's Chaotic Century. However, the premise is not what makes the show, it's the execution of said premise. What's up guys, it's Kent from Spartan Media Reviews, here to review the anime Comet Lucifer. Does this show deserve a watch? Let's find out. Comet Lucifer's story takes place in Garden Indigo, a mining town, and follows the life of our protagonist, Sogo. One day, Sogo comes across a mysterious gem, but doesn't think anything of it at that particular time. During that same day, Sogo gets caught up in an altercation between friends, then finds himself deep in an underground lake. He then discovers a mysterious girl trapped in a larger gem like he discovered before. Along with the mysterious girl, a large mech appears out of nowhere and helps Sogo and the girl escape from the military located in the underground lake as well. Sogo and his friends then try to help the mysterious girl, whom they call Felia, as she tries to remember who she is and why she was there in the first place. Comet Lucifer is considered to be an action-adventure type of series. When I think of adventure, the first thing that comes to mind is a long journey of some magnitude with a major event or events on the line. Shows like Eureka 7, Samurai Champloo, the Fullmetal Alchemist series, Zoid's Chaotic Century, and even JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it's got adventure in its title for crying out loud, are great examples of executing the adventure element correctly. Comet Lucifer, on the other hand, not so much. The show starts off with this very interesting premise, but then never goes anywhere for the next couple of episodes, or for the entire series for that matter. The pacing for the series is so jumbled that it ruins any structure the story may have had to begin with. Comet Lucifer also really doesn't know what its main focus of story should be about. There are so many individual elements going on, making the major aspects of the show less important and underdeveloped. We know that Felia has this mysterious persona about her, and that many people want her because of her mysterious abilities. Instead of focusing on another plot point of less importance, like dancing vegetables at our Disney's Fantasia or a wedding ceremony that has no importance whatsoever, change your focus to a particular area of supreme importance that moves the story along correctly. If the show had more than 12 episodes, I wouldn't find this aspect to be nearly as much of a problem as it was, as they would have more time to branch out the story and bring more detail to some of our characters. Shows of the same length like Madoka Magica told a complete story without any problems. Heck, Fooly Cooly or FLCL told its cohesive story in 6 episodes. So Comet Lucifer should not have had as many problems as it did, if the creators knew that the show would only be one core. It sucks that Comet Lucifer's story is so poorly executed, as I was very excited about the show before the season began. However, Comet Lucifer in the end is just another forgettable series that will probably never be talked about again. Comet Lucifer's cast is stale and cliche in every sense of the word. The majority of our cast barely develops, aside from plot convenience, which in turn creates a cast of characters that are extremely unlikable and boring. The only characters I personally liked were Domon and Mora. Domon seemed like a genuine father figure, helping Sogo and his friends along the way, but he also had a mysterious past about him, giving more to his backstory and character as a whole. Despite a lot of people finding Mora to be intolerable, at least she was able to use her outlandish and annoying personality to help breathe some life into the rest of our boring and uncreative cast. The rest of our characters were dull and typical to other series. Comet Lucifer also tried to bring romance into its story and character interactions, which was a huge disappointment for me. It felt really forced, making it seem like they thought they needed an added romance element to make the story better, which never really went anywhere. Overall, the majority of Comet Lucifer's characters were disappointing and forgettable. Comet Lucifer has a beautiful art style, combining impressive backgrounds with CG mech designs. On paper, this sounds like a terrible combination, but it really works to create a cohesive scene. I was shocked to find out that this series was animated by Studio 8-Bit, considering they made the abomination known as Absolute Duo, but the animation is well executed on all fronts. Character designs look nice, similar to other series of the same nature, and environments are the forefront of every scene. Having a wide variety of bright colors and shades, my eyes instantly look towards the beautiful backgrounds of every scene. The battle sequences between mechs were also a definite highlight in the animation for me. The mechs themselves didn't feel like they were too lightweight, such as the case in series like Eureka 7, but they weren't too bulky either, such as the case in Aldoa 0. The opening animation follows the same style of using bright colors and shades, giving off pleasant vibes, while introducing us to our cast of characters. The ending animation, while much more simple and not as creative, is still very aesthetically pleasing as well. Comet Lucifer's soundtrack captures that adventure element excellent, even though the story and characters fail to do so. One of my favorite tracks was used plenty of times during the battle sequences, having a jungle-like sound to it by using bongos along with a variety of brass and other instruments. The entire score in itself is very well executed, being the highlight of the series along with its animation. Comet Lucifer also uses plenty of impressive sound effects to bring more to the already impressive animation in cases. The opening is enjoyable to listen to, one of my personal favorites of this season, while the ending was only okay in my opinion. When it comes to the voice acting, as much as people disliked Mora's overzealous and annoying personality, the voice acting captured her persona very well, while the rest of the cast played their respective roles nicely. Overall, Comet Lucifer's soundtrack was a nice surprise, capturing a good sense of adventure. Now, with everything that I have said, do I recommend watching Comet Lucifer? As much as I would love to recommend this series to anyone, I can't in good conscience recommend watching Comet Lucifer. Comet Lucifer took inspiration from some very impressive and highly acclaimed shows. However, if you cannot execute those elements correctly, you're left with something that is below average. If you want to watch a series with an impressive and aesthetically pleasing art style, along with an impressive soundtrack, then check out Comet Lucifer. Otherwise, Comet Lucifer is a failure in what an adventure series is trying to accomplish. Is it the worst show of the fall 2015 anime season? Absolutely not. However, that doesn't make Comet Lucifer's case any better for how disappointing it was. Spartan Media Reviews gives Comet Lucifer a final score of 5 out of 10 and a below average recommendation. If you are still interested in watching Comet Lucifer, you can check out the series for free over on Crunchyroll. Now, what are your thoughts on Comet Lucifer? Comment below. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. You can also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I would really appreciate that as well. Follow me on Twitter and Hummingbird to keep up to date with the current things that I am doing. And with all that said, I will catch you guys in my next review. Thank you for watching.